Cross-section of a triangular prism is an equilateral triangle with sides 2x. Okay, let's just sketch that out. And then the length of the prism is d. So it's going to end up looking something like that. Just going to label some of these sides. We've got 2x, 2x, and 2x, and then this is d. And then we're told that the total surface area of the prism is t, and also the volume of the prism is t, and therefore to write d in terms of x. Okay, nice. So let's deal with the volume to start with. So that's going to be the cross-sectional area multiplied by d. Probably the quickest way of doing this is to recognize it's an equilateral triangle. You can use a half AB sine C. So a half 2x squared times sine 60, which is root 3 over 2. And then I'm timesing that by d. It's going to become a half times 4x squared times root 3 over 2d. And that 4 is going to cancel out with these, giving me root 3 x squared d. The other way you could do it would be to split the equilateral triangle into two, use this as x, apply Pythagoras' theorem, 2x squared minus x squared, which is going to give root, and then square rooted root 3x, and then it would be root 3x, that will be my height, times 2x, the base, times a half, and you'll get the same thing. Like I did that a bit quick, but just an alternative route. Now for the surface area. Well, we're going to get two lots of the triangle, which will be 2 root 3x squared. That one and the one that's here. And I'll be adding on 3 rectangles, which will simply be 2x times d. So actually it'll be 6x times d. And now we're ready to set them equal to one another. So root 3 x squared d equals 2 root 3 x squared plus 6xd. I can divide through by x. That's going to be my first thing. And now I want to make d the subject, so let's get them on the same side. So d times root 3x minus 6, I've subtracted and then factorized out the d, equals 2 root 3x, which means d equals 2 root 3x divided by root 3x minus 6. At this point, I had to look at the answers a little bit. I mean, that is a correct answer, but it's not on the list. So I can see that I've got 2 at the top. I mean, I could try and rationalize the denominator, but I don't necessarily want to do that because lots of the answers don't have it. What I do have is a 2, though, and that's in some of the answers. So let's just divide the top and bottom by root 3, actually. And that ends up working out. So I'll get 2x. And then when I divide this one by 3, I'm just going to get x. And then I'm going to get 6 divided by root 3. 6 over root 3. Let's not overcomplicate this here. I'm actually going to rationalize the denominator. It'll become 6 root 3 over 3 when I times top and bottom by root 3, which will be 2 root 3. So our final answer, d, is equal to 2x over x minus 2 root 3. And there it is. It's going to be d.